Welcome to Career Journeys, a series of videos by the Consortium for Public Education. Here we explore the career experiences and pathways of professionals from a wide variety of careers to help you think about the skills you'll need and the paths you might take after high school.
Hi, I'm Debbie Pixton with the Consortium for Public Education. Today I'm interviewing Gina Winstead, Director of Member Engagement and Director of Diversity and Inclusion for the Pittsburgh Tech Council. Thank you for joining us, Gina.
Thank you for having me today, Debbie.
Gina, tell me about the Pittsburgh Technology Council and your role there. What do you do as both the Director of Member Engagement and the Director of Diversity and Inclusion?
So the Pittsburgh Technology Council is the oldest and the largest tech council, or tech association in the United States. So it was the first one ever started, and we have about 1,100 members within our membership base. So we're an association, and we service different companies, primarily technology, robotics, and advanced manufacturing companies, to help them be better connected to the community. And our goal and mission is really to make sure that they are successful and having introductions to other businesses for business development, getting visibility to the community so people know what they are doing. And then also we work with companies to help them hire talent. And then we also work with business development and government relations. So we're helping our companies with different aspects of policy that they might need to have implemented from their state representative, from the mayor's office, from city council, or on a broader scale from the federal government, to make sure that laws are in favor of their business. And then as Director of Diversity and Inclusion, I take the lens of equity and inclusion and make sure that's applied to every one of our programs, and that our companies have access to tools to make them more culturally appropriate, to make sure that they're creating an inclusive environment within their business, and really to diversify their staff and the people that they're doing business with. Because the Pittsburgh Technology Council is about 37 years old, and it was started by people that look nothing like me. So it was very hard for us to initially have some diversity and inclusion within the industry. And so my role is really to make sure that no people are left behind, that people from underserved or underestimated or underrepresented, whatever you want to call them, are us, have a seat at the table and have opportunities and access to the success that the Pittsburgh Technology Council has ushered in for tech in the region.
What are some skills that make you particularly good at your job?
I think there are a lot of skills. So there's a couple different sides to my job. There's the aspect of needing to keep up with technology and science and innovation. So for that side, I always needed to be creative. I needed to have an interest in science and behavioral health, which my psychology background has given me. And so that's something that you really want to hone in on. If you feel that you have a natural aptitude and desire to figure out the way things work, which is basically science and technology, then I would say that technology could be a great career for you. And I would dig in a little bit deeper to the computer science, information technology, engineering side of the business that I do. But my primary goal at work is really working with people. And so throughout my whole career, one thing that tethered me together through all these jobs was that I was helping people. I was working on negotiations. I was working on business development. I was helping connect a community for them. So having the characteristics of being outgoing or agile and adaptable and being able to take risks and not fear speaking to other people was one of the characteristics that has really helped me. But I wasn't always that way. I was very, very shy in high school. So I didn't think that I would have a job in sales or business development or working with CEOs and business owners and presidents, because I was always afraid to talk to people. And that's something that, the older that you get, the more experience that you have, the more you'll be ready to have a role like that.
What kinds of questions would you have people ask themselves if they're considering a career in tech?
If you're considering a career in tech, I would really want to find out what your core strengths are. If you absolutely hate science, and that's biology, chemistry, any of it, research. If you don't like spending time kind of alone too, technology might not be for you. There's a lot of interactions and interface with working in tech, but if we're getting into a highly technical position, there is a lot of alone time. There's a lot of downtime. So if I would, ask yourself, where do you thrive the most? Do you thrive the most working in groups and with other people, or do you thrive highly focused on one project and then coming together to share your findings with other people? I think those are some of the most successful people in an actual technology role within a tech company. But then you can also have a tech job like me and be a non-tech person who runs business and does business development and helps with operations and creates programs. I have some tips and advice for people who are young and in middle school or high school and want to make sure that they're successful in their career. And I think the first thing is that you always need to understand that there's not a direct career path. So you're going to fall, you're going to need to get back up, you're going to need to be flexible. The second thing is that you need to stay grounded and in your authentic identity. So regardless of who you work for, you need to make sure that you're being true to yourself, that your principles aren't compromised. The third thing I think is to really do your research. So if you think you have a career idea, go on the internet, Google people who are doing that job, Google what their path has been like, and make sure that you're exploring what made them successful in their role. And then I think the fourth thing is to really find a mentor if you can. So if there's somebody who's around you who is doing the job that you like, reach out to them. If there's no one around you who's doing the job that you would like, the internet is so accessible that you can send them a message on a social media platform, you could tweet them, you can take risks, you can throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, and I guarantee you somebody will get back to you because people are always looking to give back to students. Another piece of advice is to really step out of your comfort zone. So I was only successful because I was able to stop being afraid and boxing myself into what I thought my career was going to be. And I stepped out of what felt comfortable because that's called your growth zone. So you won't grow unless you are out of your comfort zone into this growth zone. Another thing is to really use your youth. So as you're young, as you have energy, as you're vibrant, as you have very creative, innovative ideas, use that to your advantage and take the time now to explore different careers and paths. Another piece of advice is to turn your passion into a paycheck. Tech is literally involved in every aspect of our life. So if you have something that you're very passionate about, you can use technology to get that message across or to help that industry accelerate. There's psychology tech, there's med tech, there's financial tech, there's tech everything. So whatever you do, you can use that and make money from it. One of the last few pieces of advice is to really be flexible and adaptable. So if you're in a job and maybe it's a small startup company or maybe it's a smaller nonprofit and they want you to also help with their social media platform, but they also want you to help create programming, you really need to try to be able to hone all of those skills. If someone asks you to do something, give it a try. You're probably going to be successful at it. And the last piece of advice is to really surround yourself with innovators and motivators. There are going to be people around you who don't see your skills and your talents and who you truly are at your core, and you should not waste your time around those people. Find people who are doing things that you love and who are innovators, and really create a network for yourself that's going to be positive and that's going to keep you growing and pushing yourself forward. And those are my pieces of advice for people who are students right now and really looking to be successful in their career, particularly in a technology sector.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and experiences with us this morning.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me today.
For more information or to learn about other careers in the Career Journey series, visit our website and check back soon for our next installment. Thanks!